Hi everyone, it's Mark here again in the shed quarters. I've been banished from the house because apparently I shout on Zoom and type with hammers in my hand. So I'm the founder of the Arts and Culture Network. We're over 100,000 strong across 6 LinkedIn groups, one of which is a contemporary art group, which is why I'm very excited to introduce you to Timothy Carter, who's one of our full members. Timothy, thank you so much for joining me for this.
Thank you for having me. It's an honor.
We've already met and spoken, which has been lovely. So what I'd like to do is give Timothy the chance to say hello, talk a little bit about where he is and the work that he does, and then we'll have a look at some of the work. So Timothy, it's all yours.
Oh, thank you. My name's Timothy Carter. I do large-scale steel sculpture, mostly minimal. I use curved I-beams. I do some figurative sculpture, but my main focus is the curved steel I-beams.
The and I've been looking at these, and you kindly showed me these last time we spoke. So I'm looking forward to showing people because these are wonderful. I love them. And they all seem to be yellow at the moment, the ones I can see, which is great. Um,
Yeah, that's
I,
I sort of stick with yellow. I sort of believe in the whole idea. So
Yeah, I think this is a particular interest to me because we've just vaulted the ceiling of our small house here and had to use 9 of these. 9, we call them steels in the UK. Um,
uh,
9 steels to keep the roof up. So let's share the screen and you can talk us through the work. Um, Everybody should be able to see this there. So here we go. So this is just, I mean, it's the unexpected, which I love. The fact that these are meant to not be curved, right?
right. It takes really, really big hydraulic machines to put the curves into the ivy.
So here's the first one. So tell us about the thought process behind this. How did you stumble across this technique?
Well, it's interesting because I've been in steelwork for over 20 years and worked on bridges for a long time. So I was really in tune with I-beams. And what I found was I liked them uh, curved. I had this idea about them being curved. So um, before I had the budget to have somebody curve them for me in these big uh, you know machines, I used the much thinner, smaller I beams that I could curve with just construction equipment. Um, and I just felt really in tune with it, and um, it just started to grow ever since 2018. It was the summer of 2018 that I started making them.
I mean, they're just wonderful. There's one that you've done which is particularly large, isn't it? Which one is the
Yeah, it would be if you scroll down, it has all the trees behind it there. Let's see, it was across from. Yeah, there's one there with me standing on it. That's 18 feet tall. And then there's the one there with all the trees with the all the trees behind it. That's 22 feet tall.
this one?
No, up one more. That one, yeah,
That
in the
one.
center there. Yeah.
Wow, it's great. Love it. So if you'd like to have a look at these, it's at sarchiart.com, and we'll put the link wherever this appears so that people can have a look. Just remind me where you're based, Timothy.
Well, I'm setting up in Denver, Colorado right now. I just sort of landed here. I'm just starting to sort of find my way around. And uh, yeah, I'm here in Denver.
Loving the photography as well. It's great.
Oh, yeah, I'm not sure what that is.
Is that you or not?
No,
Oh,
no.
right. I've gone through to the wrong place. So it's here. There we go. So this is not you up here. This is you here. Okay, got it.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Excellent. Well, I'm sure people will want to go and have a look. So going to stop the share now. So as I said, we're going to embed this interview in a profile about you on the website, and that'll get promoted across all our LinkedIn groups so that we can raise some awareness for the work you're doing. I think it's great. And I can think of several people, and I know we're going to talk about this another time, who perhaps might be in the construction industry, who who love that kind of the sense that like a big company like Costains or somebody who want one in the foyer because it's art made from some of the things that they use in their own construction projects. So I can see some lovely introductions coming. But anyway, meanwhile, for a bit of fun, I'm going to create your perfect cultural year from the answers to 10 questions. Now, I don't know if you've done any homework on this, but it's more fun if you haven't. So, are you ready?
Yes, let's do it.
Let's do it. Okay, let's start nice and easy and quite appropriately, I would think. And
Okay.
do you have a favorite building, Timothy?
Do I have a favorite building? Um, what comes to mind is the Egg in Albany, New York. Albany's the capital of New York, and they have a building called the Egg. It's fantastically shaped, and it's just a super unique building.
I'm going to have to show people so that, and for my benefit as well. The egg in, oh yes, look at that. Right, that looks, so is it it's a concert venue, is it?
It's an all-around arts, performing arts building, arts related building. Yeah, for the state of New York, for yeah, in the government complex.
Is that,
Yes,
yeah, this looks amazing. I've not seen this before. We have a hand basin in our bathroom that is the same shape as that. So
I believe it.
yeah, I love
I
it.
believe it.
That's incredible. Okay, so it's the Egg in Albany for anyone who wants to go and have a look. So sitting in here is an auditorium.
Yes, among other things, but yeah, mostly it's an auditorium. Yes,
Wow. All precariously perched on this base. That's
isn't it amazing?
it is amazing. Love that.
Yeah. It's very
Excellent.
sculptural.
Yeah, so okay, so I want you to imagine you're sitting in a street side cafe looking at the Egg. It's sunny, it's June, it's warm, it's about 6 o'clock, um, and you're admiring the view, having had a meeting inside the Egg. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, Now, to your right is a book. You're sitting there in the sunshine and you've been reading this book. Now, this book could be a book that's traveled with you all your life that you keep coming back to, or it could be a one-off favorite book, or it could be something that you've just discovered and you're loving. So what book is sitting next to Timothy on the table there?
U squared.
Is that the letter U?
Yeah, U squared. Like, well, it would be, I believe it's the word. It's the word U with the little two on it.
Ah,
Like, like
YOU. Okay. Do you recall who that's by?
I don't remember who wrote it actually.
Let's see if I can find it quickly. Um, a high velocity formula for multiplying your your personal effectiveness in quantum leaps. Brilliant.
Yes,
Love it.
yes.
Um,
It's a little tiny book. You'll read it in 40 minutes.
oh wow, that looks really good. For those who want to have a look, it's by Price Pritchett, Pritchett. Love it. Okay, so that's on one side. Now
Yeah.
the sun is over the yardarm, and there is a beverage to your left. Anything you like. What would you like to be sipping at in a warm June early evening, looking at the Egg?
I would have to go with, if it's summer, just tonic and lime.
Okay, nice, refreshing drink. Excellent. Now, you're particularly pleased because the meeting you've just had in the Egg was with the representatives of a wealthy family foundation who are philanthropic and like to support research, overseas research into the arts and culture sector. They've invited you to spend a year in the country of your choice, studying the landscape of the arts and culture sector in that country, and report back to them. Very easy, half-an-hour presentation. It's all expenses paid, first class all the way. You get an apartment in the city when you get there, and a group of people to take you under their wing for the first week. Where would you go?
China.
Ooh, I don't think we've had China before. We've had Japan, but haven't had China. Okay. Any particular city you'd like to go to? Otherwise, we'll pop you in Beijing.
Might try Hong Kong.
Hong Kong. Okay. I was there before the handover. It's a fantastic place. Excellent. Right. So you're on the plane. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Everything at home's been sorted. They've
Yeah.
covered that. And the steward gives you a letter, and because they wanted you to open it once you were on your way to Hong Kong. And in the letter, they've explained that while you're studying the arts, they want to study you, and they want to establish the impact on someone's well-being if they are limited to listening to only one genre of music for a whole year, a really quite specific type of music. So you have to choose which that is, and then that's it for the year. So if it's modern jazz, that's all you get for a year. So
I think I would take Chill Step.
chill step,
Yeah.
that's a new one to me. What's chill step?
Um, it's ambient, just with a little more jazz. It's just a little more sped up ambient.
Okay, so like rhythmic ambient, sort of like
Y-
there's a pulse and the beat.
Yeah, yeah.
Nice. I don't know if that would be Groove Armada, would it? Would that include Groove Armada?
Groove Arma is a little bit different. Chill Step is super soft, but it does have a little bit extra than just plain ambient.
I'm going to be listening to that all afternoon now, just to because that's a new one to me. Excellent.
Yeah, it's really enjoyable because where ambient just can be just a little too slow, then the chill step's kind of nice.
It's got a bit of a heartbeat to it. So
Right.
yeah,
Yeah.
nice. I like that. I shall share that with Will Crawford, one of our other members. He's got a business called Quiet Note, and he does mindfulness through music for people. So that might well be something he'd like to learn. Excellent. Okay. So you arrive in Hong Kong, and there are a group of people there holding your name up at the airport, and excuse me, and they take you into the center of the city, and they put you in an apartment, just so happens to be overlooking Sha Tin Racecourse, the racecourse right in the center of Hong Kong, or is that Happy Valley? One or the other.
Yeah.
You've got a lovely balcony, lovely, everything you need. And before they give you some time to unpack, but they want to take you to a dance event that night. Okay, some form of dance event. Now, despite the fact that you're in Hong Kong, it doesn't have to be Chinese. It can be any dance form you like. It could even be, because there's a magical theatre there, it could be any dancer, living or dead. It could be any dance group or any dance style. And you've got the best seat in the house with them with you. What would you like to see on that stage in the world of dance?
Uh, I think maybe ballroom. I always thought that was so elegant.
Okay. We have it's very popular now in the UK with Strictly Come Dancing. I think you have a different Dancing with the Stars, I think it is.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 Okay, love that. Bit of ballroom, elegant ballroom. They want to take you out to dinner afterwards. And Hong Kong has restaurants covering every cuisine, national cuisine you can think of. Which would be your favorite?
I would really like to try really genuine Chinese food.
Okay. Because most of us probably have a certain version of it in our takeaway restaurants, don't we?
Yeah, I mean, America, you only get American food. I don't care what nationality's on the front of the restaurant. You're still just getting American, you're getting American food.
Apparently, in the UK, chicken tikka masala is one of the most
I
popular
heard
dishes.
that.
Yeah,
I heard that.
but it's not even a thing in India. You can't. It's not. It's. I think it's been entirely created for the UK market, which is funny.
Yeah.
Right, you're having some amazing original Chinese food, but we'll keep off the menu those things that people might be a bit sensitive to eat. So yeah, don't go anywhere near Instagram videos if you don't like seeing that. Okay, so we've had where's my notes? I've lost my notes. There we go. Excellent. Now the next day is sport day, and your guests want to take you to a sporting event. You can either take part or you can just spectate, and it can be any sport you like. It doesn't have to be a Chinese sport, but what would you like to do?
Oh, maybe something with horses, either an equestrian jump or horse race or polo, maybe.
I think well, you're overlooking Sha Tin Racecourse right in the middle of I think it's the one in the middle. I can't even remember how to spell it. Sha Tin Racecourse. There we go. I think I know that one's out on the out one, so it might be Happy Valley. There we go. Happy Valley Racecourse. Yeah, it's right in the center of town. I'll show you. That's a great picture of it. This is let me share my screen. This is There we go. That's Happy Valley Racecourse.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's cool.
Your
Beautiful.
apartment is up here somewhere. Okay.
Amazing. I love it. I
Overlooking
love it.
that. Brilliant. It's just crazy that it's right in the center of the city. Yeah, look.
It's such an amazing city. I look at pictures of it all the time.
I'm very lucky. I went in 94, I think. So I was very lucky to spend that time. Excellent. Okay, so you're going to go to a race. Apparently, the Hong Kong Chinese spend more gambling on a Saturday than the UK does all year, apparently. So excellent. Now the next day, Timothy, is Visual Art Day or Sculpture Day as well.
Yeah.
There is a magical art gallery in Hong Kong which can project the work either 2D or 3D in holographic form of any visual artist or sculptor. And they do so onto the walls in a chronological order, so you can effectively walk through the life work of a visual artist, but you can only choose one artist or sculptor. Who would you choose?
I would have to say Mark de Suvero.
Is he an artist, a visual artist, or a sculptor?
A steel sculptor. Yeah.
Oh,
Mark de Suvero.
how do you spell that? And we'll have a quick look.
Let's see, it's D S
So,
uh
um,
I
Suvero, Mark de Suvero.
yeah, just the big red eye beams. His are red.
Got him.
Yeah.
Go. So let me share again so we can see who you'd be going to see. There we go. There's Mark de Suvero's work.
Yeah.
So he's like he's like a red version of your yellows, but he doesn't seem to curve them, does he?
No, as to the best of my knowledge, I'm the only one curving my eye beams.
Yeah.
he uses a lot of different beams and plate, and he uses a pretty wide variety of steel materials.
So 3D holograms and some of the original work is going to be placed in this enormous space. In fact, I've changed my mind. We're going to take all of this work. We're going to put it on the grass in the middle of the Happy Valley racecourse for you and your colleagues to just walk about and enjoy. There we go.
I love
Nice. It's fun already, isn't it?
it.
Now, to lighten the mood somewhat, that evening they're going to take you to the theatre and you can choose any play or musical you like. You can even have the original audience, the original cast if you wish. So what would you like to see as a perfect play or musical in those circumstances?
I might pick the Barber of Seville.
Nice. That would be the Mozart opera or the yeah, no, Rossini.
Rossini.
Yeah,
Rossini.
excellent. I'm trying.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's not. I think that's Mozart. That might even be Figaro. I can't remember. I've just shown up my lack of musical knowledge. There we go. You can have the Barber of Seville by Rossini. What about film night? What would you like to? Now, your colleagues have said, please choose a film that you love, that we probably haven't seen, that you think we'll enjoy.
Oh, that's tough because it is a Chinese film. Um, it's called The House of Flying Daggers. It,
Love
I'm
that.
not I'm not much of a martial arts movie, but the interesting thing about this movie is the cinematography is spectacular, and they seem to color coordinate the movie
It's
in such.
incredible. I know the movie you mean. It's a feast, isn't it? It's rather similar to Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
It's yeah, it's by the same group,
Yeah,
but they've really outdone themselves in that one, I believe.
yeah. It was just beautiful. So yeah, that would very green. I remember. Yeah.
Or red. If it's red, it's all red. If it's green, it's all green. It was
Yeah.
just well done.
Somebody did that with the book, the film of the book, Great Expectations. It was the whole film was as shades of green. I haven't been able to find it on Netflix or because I want to watch it again because I remember watching it and not really realizing it. So
Yeah,
the whole thing's
yeah.
great. And I think there is another movie which is in black and white, I think, until they actually see the sun and it's an assault when it happens. You know, you've been watching a black and white movie for an hour and then there's the sun and it's it's glaring. Anyway, excellent, good. Right, we're nearly there. Now, the next day we call Hero Day, and they booked you a table in a fantastic restaurant in Hong Kong. You can have a 2-hour leisurely lunch with anybody you like, living or dead.
Mm. That would be interesting. Um, maybe Pollock, Jackson Pollock.
Jackson Pollock. Love.
Yeah, I just wouldn't allow any alcohol in the building.
Okay. That's cool. That's good. Um, Excellent. Now, the next day is the day off. You know, those wonderful days where when you wake up, you've got the whole day to yourself. You can do whatever you like until you go back to sleep again at whatever hour you choose. No kids, no jobs, no tasks, all the personal admin's up to date, no chores, the whole thing. And you can do whatever you like in Hong Kong. And you can have a guide, you can have any transport you wish, you can have a helicopter if you need it, whatever you want. What would you choose to do for the day?
Oh, that's I guess I would have to go see the temples, maybe.
Mm, some of the Chinese temples in Hong Kong. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a wonderful building in Hong Kong. I think it's in Aberdeen, which is around the corner from Kowloon, I think, They built a block of flats that overlooks the sea, the bay. And the feng shui expert was asked to analyze the building, the plans for it, and he said, no, that's not going to work. And they said, why? And he said, well, the dragon can't get down to the sea to drink. They said, what? He said, yeah, there's a dragon in the mountains. It needs to get, and there is, to this day, there is a hole in the middle of this building so that the dragon can jump through. Let me see if I can find it. It's a screen. Dragon hole building. Hong Kong. There it is. This was not in their plans. They had to put a hole in the building. Let me show, so that the dragon could get down to the beach.
Oh, there it is.
That's it. These are the holes for the dragons to get through.
Oh man, that's amazing.
Yeah, it's so funny. Apparently it's a feng shui requirement that you can't block dragon's path from the mountain up here down to the beach. So
I love it.
I love
I
that.
love it.
Cool. Right, we're nearly there, Timothy. So you're on your way home now,
Okay.
after your year, and another note is given to you you're in a cabin, Emirates, whatever, Cathay Pacific. It's first class all the way, sitting there, feet up, champagne on ice, everything you could possibly want. And another note is dropped on your lap, and they're releasing you from your musical confinement. Okay, so you've had a whole year of chill step, right? Now you can choose the track you're going to hear next. Okay, you haven't heard it for a year at least. It might be a song that's been with you all your life. It might be a piece of classical music, whatever it is you want. It's not chill step. Okay. So what would you choose to listen to?
Oh, I guess maybe some classical music. Maybe Chopin or something.
Okay, nice. A Chopin etude or a nocturne. That would be,
Yeah,
be very different. There you go. There's your fantasy cultural year.
I'm actually pretty excited because any of that would just be a gas.
I know, and I should set up a travel agency so that people can
Really,
book it.
you got something there.
Right, let's do the this or that game. This is just to finish off. It's fast paced. I'll give you two options. You have to choose one.
Okay.
And we'll see how we go. Ready?
Okay.
Tea or coffee?
Coffee.
Radio or television?
Radio.
Car or motorcycle?
Car.
Comedy or horror?
Comedy.
Concert hall or sports stadium?
Concert hall.
Cat or dog?
Cat.
Test the water or dive in at the deep end?
Dive in.
Orange juice, bits or no bits?
Bits.
Library or museum?
Oh. Library.
Beethoven or Mozart?
Beethoven.
Shower or bath?
Shower.
Cooking or being cooked for?
Cooking.
Fiction or non-fiction?
Non-fiction.
Shopping online or shopping in store?
In store.
Reggae or salsa?
Reggae.
Indoors or outdoors?
Outdoors.
Android or iPhone?
Android.
Start immediately or wait until the last minute?
Start immediately.
I'm the opposite, I'm afraid. Science or history?
Science.
New York or Los Angeles?
New York.
Early morning or late at night?
Oh, see, I would definitely could do both. Late at night.
Messy desk or tidy desk?
Tidy desk.
Toilet paper, over or under?
Over.
Apparently, that's not the right thing to do if you have young kids or pets that do this. Zombies or vampires?
Oh, vampires.
Red or white wine or neither?
Red.
Batman or Superman?
Superman.
Star Wars or Guardians of the Galaxy?
Star Wars.
Numbers or words?
Numbers.
Rare or well done?
Rare.
Basketball or baseball?
Basketball.
Mild or spicy?
Mild.
Whiskey or rum?
Whiskey.
Mountains or beaches?
Mountains.
Sweet or savory snacks?
Sweet.
Abstract or realistic art?
Abstract.
Matisse or Kandinsky?
Matisse.
Shakespeare or Chekhov?
Oh, check.
Jane Austen or Charles Dickens?
Austen. Jane Austen.
Hemingway or Fitzgerald?
Hemingway.
Nice. And finally, see the future or change the past?
See the future.
Brilliant. Timothy, thanks for doing that. That was great fun. I hope you enjoyed it. It's a lovely way to introduce you to our members. Was that fun?
I loved it. It was great fun.
So wherever this appears, there'll be links to your work and you on LinkedIn and anywhere else. But thank you so much for doing this. And thanks again for being a full member of our Arts and Culture Network.
Oh, it was my pleasure. It's been amazing.